All right, are we streaming? Are we streaming? Are we streaming? Or are we dreaming? We are streaming. Okay, welcome to Cooking Videos with Dave, number 40. We be off to the races. Go, go, go. Jimmy Jack, Joe, Joe, Joe. Ugh. Tired. Son of a bitch. And one more recipe before we get. I think I'll do me old buddy Steve. Okay. So, all right. I think we got enough people. We'll start this one off with a short. This is Supreme Pizza Pasta.
His husband's favorite meals. Supreme Pizza Pasta. You'll start with 1 pound of sausage and 1 pound
Oh, I know this guy. I like this guy.
of ground beef. Now I'm going to add in a half a tablespoon of black pepper, garlic powder, and my Flavor Time Southern seasoning. 1 onion chopped.
I will say I love his marketing, but I wouldn't add the fucking onion before the. Okay, whatever. It ain't my recipe.
1 bell.
I would add the veggies about halfway through it being cooked.
Pepper chopped. 8 ounces of baby bellies.
I'm not a big fan of mushrooms, but that's just me.
Now we're going to cook it till the vegetables start softening up. 5 ounces of black olives, 6 slices of crumbled bacon, 24 ounces of pizza sauce.
Always make the pizza sauce yourself. It's super simple, and it tastes 1,000 times better than anything from a jar.
2 tablespoons of garlic.
I like garlic.
3 cups of cooked and drained al dente pasta. Got our pasta stirred in. Now we're going on top with Parmesan, mozzarella, and pepperonis on top. Now into the oven on 350 for 25 minutes.
I made this too. I think I called it Sloppy Joes before they were Sloppy Joes.
I know now why this is one of...
Yep. 2 weeks before every leftist is crying. I can't wait to see Van Jones beg to the heavens. All right. All right, next up, Buffalo Chicken Pizza. This is from Warren Sims 318. So let's see what he's got.
Hello, everyone. I'm Warren Sims.
Hi, Warren.
I'm going to be making some pizza. I was going to do the traditional pepperoni with pizza sauce, but on my way home from work, my son decided to give me a call and say, "Hey, you making that pizza video this morning?" And I says, "Yes." "Why?" "Can you do a buffalo chicken?" So I says, "Well, it looks like I'm doing a buffalo chicken pizza."
Okay.
And
but that's hot sauce. That's not buffalo sauce. Are you going to add the butter yourself?
She lucked out because yesterday I did some chicken on the grill for his mom for dinner. So I diced up some of that. So let's get started. So simple. Basic ingredients: pizza dough, Frank's Red Hot, some mozzarella cheese, and of course your chicken. And I'm also going to add some provolone cheese on top of that as well.
Now, if I make chicken that I know is going to go in something, I generally don't cube it. I generally take the breast and just kind of crush it in my hands. That's just me. Nothing wrong with the cubing method, but generally that's what I go for these days.
as well. I work third shift, so I wasn't gonna come home and make pizza dough. So yesterday I went to the local pizza shop and picked up some dough for a couple bucks. A lot more easier, less mess, and saves me time.
Dude, you work third shift? Oy.
Those are your basic.
That's hats off. That's a shift I don't know if I could do.
Ingredients, real simple.
Well, basically, buffalo sauce is just hot sauce and butter. So, I mean, he can make it in 8 seconds.
Okay. Just gonna sprinkle some flour down. Like so. I already started to a few seconds ago, but I noticed my camera wasn't turned on. Thought it
So,
was.
yeah, third shift is generally like 10 p.m. to 6 p.m. So, yeah, this would be his morning. So, yeah, he'd probably start his day at 6 p.m.
I apologize for that. I also did rub some olive oil on this dough while it was setting, so we're just gonna try and just get it pushed out here a little bit before we roll it. Well, maybe we might not have to. This might be a little more dough than I expected, but some more flour here. Believe me, I am not a pro at this. I mean, I've made pizza before. I've made pizza dough. So I just try and get it as round as possible. Sometimes pizza dough can be a pain in the butt, getting it to where you want it.
I always just do mine in the pan. I oil it up good, and I just do it in the pan and stretch it in the pan. That's me. Just me.
Work out the edges.
Because the dough I make is kind of a wet dough and a cold rise dough. Alright, I'm skipping this guy a bit ahead in time. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, he's got his shit. Okay.
And Frank's Red Hot Sauce.
Right. Unless there's some butter coming.
Just mix that up. like
Okay, so I would have titled this differently. I would have titled it probably Frank's Red Hot Chicken Pizza. Because that's not buffalo sauce. Buffalo sauce is hot sauce and butter. And probably some other shit, too. I mean, people make their own custom blends, but basic-ass buffalo sauce is hot sauce and butter.
Like I said, you don't have to use, I could have made a barbecue pizza. He wanted to.
Oh, yeah, no, I heard that. I got, Friday is Trump's interview on Joe Rogan, and yeah, it's... Lefties are gonna cry.
Buffalo chicken. You can do anything. It's your pizza. I've made pizza with hot dogs. I've made pizza with kielbasa, which actually was pretty good actually. The kielbasa.
Made pizza with hot dogs. My Frank's and bean pizza. I've never made it with kielbasa, but I can't stand sauerkraut. Sauerkraut is the only food on this planet that gets me instantly sick.
Kielbasa one was pretty good. The hot dog one was okay. You can put anything you want.
And you know what's funny, though? I love coleslaw. I love coleslaw. But the second cabbage is anything other than raw, I am disgusted by it.
I don't care. Put Fruit Loops on your pizza if you want. It's your pizza. Do what you want with it. Alright, so now that that's all mixed up, and yes, I'm still getting over that wonderful cold. Okay, let's preheat the oven to 500 or as high as this will go. It's a gas stove. It's not commercial, so beggars can't be choosers. Okay, so there's.
Well, most people aren't going to spend $8,000 to have a professional pizza oven in their fucking kitchen.
That. Okay, the stove is heated up. So before we get started with the Frank's Red Hot, I'm gonna put some butter on the edges.
Okay, I get. The butter needed to go in the hot sauce to make buffalo sauce, my dude. I mean, I'm not seeing anything horribly wrong here, but
Golden brown, nice and flavorful crust.
I'd probably spread the butter all over the damn crust. Butter makes everything better.
All right, so now we put the Frank's Red Hot sauce on. Put as much as you want.
Okay, I suppose technically in the oven this will become buffalo sauce, but
Pizza is gonna come out nice and thick, so.
Commercial pizza ovens get anywhere from about 700 degrees to 1100 degrees. And again, most people don't have the ability to have like because a traditional pizza oven is a wood fire and you throw your pie in there, and those typically run 900 to 1,000 degrees. Obviously, your average home, you can't have that in. Because, I mean, yeah, your 16-inch pizza is cooked in like 5 minutes, 6 minutes. If it's an electric, it takes longer, but it's still running hotter than any residential home oven. Mine is a little better. I get up to 550. But that's the maximum my oven will do. If I were to, and I don't even think you can use pans that you get at like Target or Walmart in a professional oven. Like, I think you got to have different types of pizza pans. Or you just put the damn thing in there. But that's why if you do make pizza at home, one of the tricks people do, I don't, but one of the things you can do if you want a more well done crust, is par bake the dough, which is like put the dough in for 2 minutes, let it just start, then add to the rest of the pizza toppings, and shove it back in, because when the dough is finally done, the pizza will be done. Otherwise, all the toppings in that shit will burn when the bread is done.
I am definitely going to be generous with it. Okay. Now you come with your chicken.
Well, yeah, like I said, and even having an outdoor pizza oven, I thought about building one. And then I'm like, I'm going to build this thing in my backyard. And I'm going to use it how much? And I live in Minnesota, so it's not like I could fire it up during the winter. The contrast of heat and cold, I'll shatter the damn thing.
Like so.
All right. order's a little bit off, but that's a matter of preference.
Over here, you. I used 2 chicken breasts. Probably a little bit of overkill.
That's a lot of chicken for what looks to be about a 9-inch pie. I mean, that's a pound of chicken.
It's all right. More the merrier.
I always like to lay my meat and other toppings atop the cheese and maybe then douse it a little bit more with cheese. That's just me.
Okay, and here comes the provolone. All right.
Okay, this is interesting. I was not expecting the provolone. I mean, because right now I'm concerned, are you going to be even able to taste the chicken with all that cheese?
Boy, is this gonna be good. The last piece I'm gonna eat. Okay, so now we're gonna put our pizza in the oven. Yeah, it should be done in about 12 to 15 minutes. All right. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that.
That rose a lot better than what I was thinking.
I should have did a deep dish pizza. I mean, look
It's,
at that, huh?
Okay, I would have cut the dough in half. Again, I like thick crust pizza. I love deep dish. A little much for me. But again, hey, you do you. Me, I would have cut the dough in half and had a thinner pizza, but that's me.
I mean, that pizza looks absolutely delicious. And the reason why I cook it in, I leave it in there a little longer, because it's so thick, you want to make sure it's cooked all the way through.
All the ingredient. Oh my God, this is okay. This is the one mistake he made. All the ingredients cooked through. There were no raw ingredients. You can eat bread dough raw. You can eat cheese raw. Your chicken, the only thing of concern was cooked. I mean, I got into this with my brother one time where he was like, I pulled a frozen pizza out of the oven. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, that thing isn't cooked. I'm like, it's fine. It's cooked enough. He's like, you're going to get sick. I'm like, bro, everything on this pizza is already pre-cooked. It was a Meat Lovers. I said, you eat cheese raw all the time. The pepperoni is cured and pre-cooked. The sausage is pre-cooked. The Canadian bacon is cured and pre-cooked. And I forget what the fourth one was. Probably ham or something, or hamburger. I said, it's all pre-cooked. Very few pizza places will put shit on there like raw burger or raw pepperoni. Or, not pepperoni, excuse me. Raw sausage for that reason. Almost every pizza place pre-cooks their ingredients they put on pies. just because a pizza oven is a pain in the ass and will burn a pizza in a second. So it's safer just to go with pre-cooked ingredients.
Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah.
Well, one slice will do you, I'll say that. I have to pee, I'll be right back. Would I ever go on hot ones? Yes, I would.
Look at that, huh? And it's cooked all the way through. I mean, it's crispy. The outside, the inside, all the way.
Oh, I'd make it to the end. I wouldn't care how much pain I was in. I'm not going to bitch out. Seriously, I wouldn't care. At a certain point, my taste buds would probably shut off, but... And hell, it's probably not going to be an issue, but this pizza's... It's way too thick. I'd need some, like, ranch dressing when I got to the crust just to have a dipping sauce. All right, we go to now. Tacos are life. This is Jack in the Box Tacos.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Let's get right into the video. As always, we're going to be making some Jack in the Box tacos today. So first, I'm just taking some ground beef and taco seasoning. I cooked that together. Now I'm just going to be adding some homemade refried beans. You can use beans from a can if you want. Now I'm not sure what kind of meat Jack in the Box uses. I heard it's soy meat, but I'm just doing kind of my version on the Jack in the Box tacos. So please don't come for me in the comments. Now I'm just going to be smashing it all together just to get more of the consistency that Jack in the Box tacos have. It's more kind of like, yeah, this consistency. Okay, next I'll be taking a pan with a little bit of oil, and I'm just going to fry the...
Okay, I hate to nitpick, but sweetie, that's a griddle, not a goddamn pan.
tortilla on one side, just so that will...
And again, she seems like a nice person, so just minor correction, but that's a griddle.
When we fold it over, it doesn't break. Okay, it should look like that. Now I'm just making an egg wash, so I'm taking one egg, and I'll add a little bit of water. Okay, mix it all together.
Not sure why you added the water, but...
Okay, so I'm just going to take some of that meat, and I'm going to put it right in the center. Okay, now I'm just going to take a little bit of that egg wash and rub it around the edge just so that they'll stick together while they're freezing and they won't open up.
Oh, okay. Alright. I'll shut up.
Okay, and now I'm just going to place them in the freezer for a couple of hours. It's better if you do it overnight.
Can I say, maybe I'm a crusty old fuck, but by the time Uncrustables came out, I fucking hated them.
But a couple hours will work.
If you want a fried peanut butter and jelly sandwich, get some peanut butter, get some jelly, get some bread, get a pan out and do it yourself.
I did make some copycat Jack in the Box taco sauce. Let me know if you guys want a recipe on that. It came out pretty good. Okay, now that my tacos are frozen, I'm going to go ahead and fry them. Okay, my oil is nice and hot, and now I'm just going to fry them for about 2 minutes.
All right, she has her oil at the proper height, so thank fucking Christ for that.
Because remember, the meat is already cooked. You're just frying the shell and warming up the meat.
You might want to flip the first one.
Okay, so after 2 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and drain them. Okay, now you're just going to add your cheese, which I use the Kraft Singles American cheese. Okay, and next you're going to go ahead and add some lettuce.
Shreddis. Oh, come on. I mean, let it.
And
Let
then
it melt a
your
little
Jack
bit.
in the Box taco sauce.
Taco Bell, Taco Bell. Everybody loves Taco Bell.
And that was it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button if you're not.
All right, nothing to really complain about there. Now we'll do this from Sip and Feast. Classic New York white pizza. Is this going to be a racist pizza?
We're going to use that steel that we used in episode 1 of this series. If you didn't watch that one, I recommend you do. Maybe you have a pizza steel already. Maybe you're interested in getting one. Pizza stone's obviously better than doing it straight in a pan, but with a steel, heated up properly, you're going to be able to do a New York style pizza in 6 to 6.5 minutes. I'm going to show you all the ingredients on
Maybe I'll get a pizza steel.
how to make
Because
both
I hate the smell a pizza stone produces.
of these white pizzas. These have been out for roughly, I'd say, an hour and a half, but we got to do the spinach first. So all we need for the spinach is spinach, and that's right here. This is 5 ounces, so it's a 5-ounce container.
Oh, God, I hate spinach on pizza. Just me. If you like spinach on your pizza, you are more than welcome to like that shit.
Got it from Whole Foods, but any supermarket will have it. Turn it to about medium low. By the way, when you're starting this and you're waiting for your dough to warm up, turn your oven on to 550 or however high your oven gets. Basically, you want your steel roughly 7 inches from the top of your broiler, so maybe 2 racks down. You don't want to launch your pizza on there until you get your highest maximum temperature, whatever that is. Mine gets to about 610. Yours might be a little different. A lot of modern ovens, they don't get to 550 and they might go to 525, but either way, you're gonna be fine. Just get it on for an hour prior to putting that pizza on there. All right, a little bit of olive oil. So here's the wet spinach. Let's get that in right now. You can cover this, but it's spinach. It's gonna wilt extremely quickly. Try to mix that garlic all on top of it. And it's just a little bit of spinach, so just a little bit of salt, a little bit of black pepper. That's it. Here's our spinach for our 15 to 16 inch pizza. Put this off to the side. All right, let's just go over the ricotta really quick, or ricotta, or ricotta, or whatever way you want to say it. So here's Polly-O, and here is Galbani. They're very, very different. Now, the Polly-O's not open. The Galbani is open. The Galbani has a much grittier texture. Galbani would be great for a cannoli, or maybe even some other stuff like that. Polly-O will probably be more familiar to you, especially if you're from the tri-state area. Depending on which one you use.
Well, I'm not. And I'm not familiar with either one of these. I got Crystal Farms in my neck of the woods, bitch. And it does great.
you might have to make a little bit of adjustments. I'm gonna use Galbani for this. Polio is gonna sit on the side. Normally I use Polio in most of my recipes, but I've been liking the Galbani lately, so that's what I'm gonna use. You might be using another brand. They're all gonna be a little bit different. Some might need a touch of salt, some might be a little dry. I'm not gonna give a recipe for a specific brand. So many of you are not gonna be able to find that brand, and that's not gonna work. I'm gonna go over a few.
Am I going to cover Trump's interview on Joe Rogan? Jesus Christ. Friday, I've got 2 fucking debates. We'll see. That's all I'm going to say is we'll see. I might do it Saturday. I have got to end these fucking debates. They're taking up too much of my fucking time. I think Underhaven might be my last one for a little while.
Few things that I went over in the first one because this is really important. This is for dropping our dough ball in. These are very, very inexpensive pizza peels, $9. I didn't get them from Amazon. I got them from a company called Baked Co. This is a 16-inch from here to here, okay, which will allow us to get pretty much the biggest size pizza in a home oven. They work really well. They're not heavy duty. The goal is to get the pizza, be able to launch the pizza through the oven. Right here, I have a shaker of semolina flour. Semolina right here. The only thing I use semolina for is to launch the pizza. So what you do is you take your semolina and you put a nice coating down on your peel. I'm gonna prep both of them right now, and you put them right next to where you're working. You stretch your dough, then you get it onto the peel. So you kind of need a decent sized work surface to do this. When you get it on the peel, you gotta make sure that it moves. If it doesn't move, that means you're not gonna be able to launch it into your oven. We're gonna do both of them at the same time, and they're 6 minutes apart. And this is from Harbor Freight. And this tells me the temperature. And when I hit this against the steel, for my oven, I want it to be 600 to 610. For you, once you know your maximum temperature, that's what you're aiming for. You're gonna hit it, and you're gonna wait until you get it, and then you launch your pizza in. It's important when you start this to get all of your ingredients out ready to go. I have ricotta here. And I have cheese here. Look, I put tape on my container. Polio 50-50. This means 50% whole milk and 50% part skim. Play around with it, which one you like. You're gonna find out what works the best for you, especially if you're using a different brand. There's so many different brands. They're all different. Pecorino Romano cheese. This is water. For the regular white pie we're gonna make, especially with the Galbani being dry, we need to put some moisture back into it. Normally on a regular pizza, you have all that tomato sauce.
Jesus Christ. How am I this fucking bored by this?
And then the cheese. With the white pie, you don't have that. So you want to put a little bit of water, and just a little bit.
God damn.
So this is the side that was on the bottom of the pan. All right, so that's gonna be our top. Just take a couple fingers, and we're gonna start shaping the rim. You need more flour under there, put some more. Try to keep a circle. If you keep a circle the whole time, you have a better chance of keeping a circle when you launch it, when you form it, everything. Try not to hit too much in the middle here, because when we stretch it eventually, it might get a little too thin there.
Well, decide how big of a fucking pizza you're going for. I'm not gonna get angry.
I'm just trying to like kind of open it up with my hands, kind of like this side here of my hand, without touching the rim too much. I'm just gonna flip to the other side just for a second, just to kind of even out my...
God forbid you use your fists. Italian pizza makers cry.
rim.
I didn't say I'm giving it up. I said I'm taking a break.
Without touching it. Okay, now we're gonna try to stretch it, and we're gonna try to stretch it to fit our peel. So remember, this is my top. This is the top I want in the pizza. So with your knuckles like this, fingers kind of down, okay, I'm gonna try to just stretch it. I'm gonna keep pulling. Just gonna kind of stretch it away. You can kind of see through it to see where it's a little thin and where it's a little thick. Normally it takes about 2 hours before you can stretch it well. And if you need to drop down, just drop down on your peel where you have the semolina instead of dropping down back on all this
Haters keep getting later and later and later.
flour here. All right, so I'm gonna drop down. It's nowhere near the size that we need yet. So we'll just stretch it again. Now, as we went down, we know this is our top. We can just get our knuckles under again and keep stretching. It's as simple as that. All right, so I'm just gonna try to do it a little faster. And see, I gained about another inch there, so that's about a 14 circumference. All right, now looks good, and we'll do the other one, and then we'll get our toppings on. If you're gonna prepare a couple, you can put plastic over this right now so it doesn't dry out. Same thing, semolina on top of here again, so it'll slide nice. And in a plastic container like this, dough tends to slide a lot better with the oil. A little too much flour on, you could just kind of shake it back and forth. With your knuckles, just try to pull it away a little bit. All right, so there's always room for improvement here. There may be a little thin right around here. It's hard for you to see. That's why you want to leave a little bit in the center, more meat in the center, so as you're stretching, the center doesn't get too thin. So right now we're gonna do the regular white. We don't have any sauce here, so we wanna add a little bit of moisture to it. So I'm just gonna paint a little bit of water here. Maybe a couple brush strokes worth. And then here's the 50-50 Polly-O skim and Polly-O whole milk.
Why would you give it to the fucking ricotta, whatever.
That's pretty good. Anything you got that's maybe a little bit towards to the rim, just kind of move it in a little bit. I'm gonna take them and just kind of knock them down with my finger, like that.
Exactly what I did with my white pizza. My dough was different though.
It's tempting to use a lot here. So again, just experiment, see how much you like. Some places will use a lot of cheese and then they'll have kind of like circles almost of the ricotta. Like there's a place near where I used to live, Brancinelli's. They have really good white and that's how theirs looks. Every place does it a little different. Now, if you weren't using Pecorino Romano, I recommend you put a little bit of salt on it too. But Pecorino is very salty, so don't have to do that. Taste more the way I want it to taste with garlic powder, so that's what I'm using. If you want to use regular garlic, you can. We're using regular garlic in the spinach one. No, just don't go crazy. Probably
No, always use real garlic. Don't use garlic powder on something like this.
a quarter teaspoon there, just for that. Okay, and the final thing is make sure your pizza's moving. See how it's moving? Because you got to be able to launch it. All right, same thing. And if you have to, you can just kind of use your hands and you can kind of just hold it down and just pull a little bit to stretch it a tiny bit more. Mozzarella again. All right, that looks good. And same thing, a little bit of ricotta here. As you can see, I'm not using that much of anything. Make sure it moves. Over here, it might be sticking a little bit, so you might want to, if you could take a spatula and put a little bit more of the semolina. Just gonna add a touch of the pecorino too. Yeah, that's sticking. See that? See how this side's moving? But this isn't moving, so we gotta remedy that before we put it in. Or what'll happen is
I don't like spinach, so I'd probably give this one a miss. I mean, I'd try it. I will try it. I'll give it a bite. Because, you know, that's the way I was raised. You gotta at least give it a bite. I'd try it.
Won't be able to launch it. Just gonna take my spatula Get a little bit under there. Okay, now we're moving again. All right, so we're ready to go. Each one takes roughly 6.5 minutes at my oven temperature, which is 600 to 610. If you're lower, it might take 7 to 8 minutes. After you do one, if you're using the 1/4-inch steel, which is what we're using, you might want to wait a few minutes for the temperature of your steel to recover again. For inside the oven, this is a metal peel. You really want to use a metal peel because you won't be able to get your wood one underneath to remove it on the steel. This is perfect. You can see that. I didn't broil this. This took exactly 6 minutes, 6 minutes and 2 seconds. I'm not gonna put this white one in until I got my steel back at least 580.
The white pizza oddly looks underdone. Like maybe another 30 seconds more. Now, it looks delicious. I want to say that.
This dough recipe works for these New York type of pizzas, the New York rounds, it works for the grandma pizza, and it works for Sicilian pizzas. Phenomenal. The only thing I would say is if you're trying to replicate that exact taste, use the Polio. You know, I tried that one too. Just wanted to do the Galbani today. Spinach one, I'm not gonna try right now. That one is gonna go to my mother-in-law who's coming over. I got interrupted. Amazon just came and I got a better pizza peel delivered, but I'll save that for the next episode. And we're going to make calzone.
All right, enough of this. Let's do a couple of quick ones. This is a Carl's Jr.'s ad back in the day. Hey, what is wrong with bringing sexy back? And especially sexy lesbians back?
With pulled pork on a cheeseburger, it's barbecue's best pair. The Memphis Barbecue Burger, new at Carl's Jr. Eat like you mean it.
Oh, crap.
I am man, hear me
Oh, wait.
roar. The number's too big to ignore, and I'm way too hungry to settle for chick food. 'Cause my stomach's starting to growl, and I'm going on the prowl for a Texas double whopper. Man, that's good. Oh, yes, I'm a guy. I'll admit I've been fed quiche. Whey tofu, bye-bye. Now it's for Whopper P5 reach. I will eat.
By the way, you will never be able to do this commercial again.
This meat till my innie turns into an outie. I am starved. I am incorrigible. And I'm eating stuff with big burger, beef, bacon, jalapeno, good thing down. I am hungry. I am incorrigible.
All right, enough of that. But, yeah, can Hardee's bring back?
With pulled pork on a cheeseburger, it's barbecue's best pair. The Memphis Barbecue Burger.
I'll go to Hardee's right now.
New.
And I'll remake the burger. Anyway. Copycat McChicken Burger. So did this person fucking deep fry a burger or something?
खैरियत से होंगे मैकडॉनल्ड्स का बॉयकॉट तो हम सब ने कर दिया तो अब वो मज़ेदार से बर्गर्स और मील जो हम वहाँ जाके एंजॉय करते थे
Alright, never mind. I'm not gonna do that. She's not speaking fucking English. And I hate to be a dick, but I can't comment on a recipe when I can't understand it. Alright, here's Drive-Thru Kitchen. A mind-blowing Five Guys cheeseburger recipe at home. Okay.
On Five Guys. No. Oh, Family Channel people. This isn't like that. The Five Guys burger. Get your mind out of the gutter. Come on. We're going to take on Five Guys. We're going to see what it takes to make
I don't get the X-rated reference.
this burger. I'm going to show you a couple tricks on how
Or
to...
the R-rated reference. Let me back him up.
Today on Drive-Thru Kitchen, I'm taking on Five Guys. No. Oh, Family...
Okay, unless that's a reference to gay porn, I don't know.
Channel people. This isn't like that. The Five Guys burger. Get your mind out of the gutter. Come on. We're going to take on Five Guys. We're going to see what it takes to make this burger. I'm going to show you a couple tricks on how to make it even better. And, gee, can we make it cheaper? Huh. It'd be hard to make it
It's pretty easy to make Five Guys cheaper.
more expensive. Well, let's just put it that way. So, better and cheaper, Five Guys. This episode, right now, let's get started making the burger. So one of the things that Five Guys claims is their greatest attribute or whatever is the quality of their meat. It is spectacular and above and beyond. It's grade A beef that, oh.
Okay, you say 80-20 ground chuck. Now, what's the blend they use to get to said 80-20 blend?
Beyond compare. That's why they don't have to put any salt or pepper in it, because it's so good. It's not how
I see salt, I see pepper.
that works at all. It's like, my Ferrari's so great, I don't have to put gas in it. Dumbass. Yeah, you still have to put salt and pepper on it. They don't, and ding number one. There you go. Okay. But they use 3.3 ounces. Why do they use 3.3 ounces? I don't know. They like the number 3. Beats me. There's going to be a lot of those jokes. If that's offensive to you.
They use a hell of a lot. Are you sure you're not confusing Smash Burger? Because every time I've eaten at Five Guys, the patties were rather thick. You don't get that at 3.3 again. Are you sure you're not confusing Smash Burger?
Please turn off this right now because I'm swinging for the fences with Five Guys. Okay, it's a good burger. It is a good burger, but
No, it depends on where the fat comes from. Because believe it or not, fat from the eye of round tastes differently from fat of a ribeye. So again, 3.3, that's... Hold on. Five Guys, let's just see. Burger size. Three, 3.3 ounce. What? 8 ounces is half a pound of meat, unless they're counting cooked weight. which, yeah, would bring their total up to a quarter-pound patty, uncooked. But burgers aren't measured in cooked weight. They're measured in pre-cooked weight. Oh, fuck it. I gotta pee again.
Oh my goodness, there are so many. Oh, don't get me started. Okay, get me started, because we're just getting started with this video, and let's go with our 3.3 ounce patties. Random weird number, sure, why not? I guess they figure if the fat comes out, it's still 3 ounces. I don't know what it is. So we're going for 3.
No, it's not 3.3 ounces. That's either pre-cook or post-cook, because yes, the fat coming out, the meat cooking down, blah, 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 blah. It affects it.
0.3. What have we got? 3.
3 ounces are typically smash burgers, which usually end up as being thinner patties.
0.3 right there. That is 3.3, and it's already in kind of a ball. It's perfect. So they just kind of pop it down like that, and then they'll take another piece of parchment untap it here, and they take their smasher and boom, they just give it like that. And that's basically it. They don't really worry about the size or anything because, oh, you'll see. And they do stack them up. Some places do. I'm not sure all of them do, but some of them will stack them like 4 high and smash them all together. Don't get me started. Okay, every one of the burgers is a double though, so we do need 2 of these suckers. We've got 3 even there. 3.2, just a wee bit more. Come on. Oh, 3.4, they won't notice. Don't tell them.
Alright, I'm skipping ahead. He's boring.
Listing your house on the market isn't the only way to sell your house. Selling to us is much faster.
Or when they're cooking these, just toast up the buns a little bit there. We are salt and peppering this. I can't. There's certain things I will not abide.
Well, again, Five Guys uses a highly guarded, they call it proprietary, but you can't copyright a recipe. They call it a proprietary blend. And yes, that does affect the quality of your burger.
This is one of them. You season your meat. All right, this is going in our pan, 370 degrees, more salt and pepper, both sides because meat has 2 sides. This is going to cook for about 30 to 40 seconds on this. And then we're going to give this a flip, and now we're going to do the unthinkable. Oh yeah, you smash them after you cook. Why? Look at the juice there. Why? Okay, that's what they actually do. They actually do that. And then you cook it about another 30 seconds, 40 seconds, something like that. At the 370-degree pan, and it's not hot enough to get a good sear on it. So you don't really even get a good sear on this thing. Once you got all the juice out, oh, and you put the cheese directly on the pan for 3 seconds, then it goes on the patty. That's another weird one, but this is how you make a Five Guys burger. I swear, somebody proved me wrong, but that's it. Okay,
Well, I can prove you wrong on one thing. Where's the other slice of cheese?
we've got our meat cooked, our buns are toasted. We've got our entire list thing here. I think the only thing I'm missing is bacon on this, because I'm not making one of their bacon cheeseburgers.
If it doesn't have bacon, what's the fucking point?
But this is a lot of stuff. You've got raw onion, you've got grilled onions, you've got the lettuce, which is cut up into the pieces like they do. You've got sauteed mushrooms that we won't be touching. They're so gross. I hate mushrooms. Green bell pepper, because that's, sure, okay, why not?
Then why did you make them? What is going on in this?
Pickles, jalapenos, and tomatoes. And the tomatoes are salted because always salt your tomatoes. There you go. That covers most of that stuff. What can you put on it as far as condiments go? Well, that is a huge thing as well. Frank's Red Hot Sauce. Okay, there's the thing they have. Ketchup. You got barbecue sauce. You've got yellow mustard, mayonnaise, and relish. Now, I'm not sure if it's sweet relish or dill pickle relish. I have dill relish and sweet relish here. I'm not putting either one of those on there either, because that's more for their hot dog.
Then why in the fuck did you include it? I'm done with this. Why bring shit out if you're not going to use it in your fucking dish? All you would have had to do is say, this is how I do my Five Guys burger. Well, I definitely don't have the time to do Steve Reichlin. All right, we're going to do this one. Italian chicken sandwiches.
Hey everyone, welcome to my kitchen. My name's Amanda and thank you for watching my channel. Today we are going to be making slow cooker chicken Italian sandwiches. Yes, we are definitely making those. My youngest is in my kitchen right now having a snack. But they are so tasty and super easy to make. It's one of my family's favorites, so let's...
Okay, I don't mean to be rude, my dear, but why is it your range looks modern, but your oven looks like a throwback from the fucking 70s?
Let me show you how simple and easy this is to make. You can either make it in your Ninja Foodi Possible Cooker Pro or in a slow cooker. Just use a slow cooker setting and it is perfect and easy. Exactly. he's chiming in. Oh yeah, you enjoy your snack. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. For this recipe, all you're gonna need is some tomato paste. I am using 2 boneless chicken breasts.
Okay, she's using fairly large chicken breasts, so I don't know where the fuck she got them from. But that's about 4 normal chicken breasts.
Diced tomatoes, and I am using petite diced tomatoes Italian style with basil, garlic, and oregano. You can use the plain one. I've done the plain one too, and it works perfect. Italian dressing, some basil, and salt and sugar. So let's go ahead and get it going into my Ninja Foodi Possible Cooker Pro, and we're gonna set it and just do other things. So, and it's so it's very helpful, beneficial for being a mom that, you know, you're trying to get other things done around the house. It just makes time so much easier in the kitchen when you have some simple, easy meals. Trust me, I love doing other meals too, but lately we have been so busy, so I have just been making a lot of slow cooker kind of meals because we have school, activities after school, appointments. It's just been really busy this month for us. So, and Halloween is coming up soon and my daughter's birthday. So let's go ahead and get started. What do you think? Hi. Let's say hi. Say hi. Say hi.
Hello.
Start by butterflying 2 pieces of chicken breast.
We're gonna go ahead and put in our butterfly chicken first in the slow cooker. And I'm just using 2 chicken breasts.
Yeah, those are
You don't have to
abnormally
butterfly them
large.
if you don't want to. I like butterflying them just because it makes it simpler and easier to try to shred it at the end. So those are in. I'm gonna go ahead and wash my hands. Okay, so we are using Italian style petite diced tomatoes with basil, garlic, and oregano. And this is a 14.5 ounce can. So, and this is also gluten-free. So we're gonna go ahead and dump this on top of the chicken.
Nothing is wrong with large chicken boobies. It's just her recipe you would have to adjust for normal sized chicken titties.
Now we are going to make the next mixture to add it to the slow cooker. And I am taking Italian dressing. I got this from Aldi's and it is gluten-free, which is really nice. So we need a 1/2 cup of that. And I'm pouring mine, I poured mine right into my measuring cup because that way I can just mix it all into here. And you definitely want to give it a nice good shake so that we get all the nice good mixture. Now we need 2 tablespoons of tomato paste.
I definitely would not have gone with the weird brand Aldi sells. If you shop at Aldi's, no disrespect, but there's a reason I don't shop at Aldi's.
Okay, we need 1 teaspoon of white sugar. We're just going to go ahead and add this into the measuring cup here. We need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt.
All right, I don't want to be an ass, but kosher salt is much better.
Adding that right into the measuring cup as well. And now we need 4 teaspoons of basil. Now you can use fresh basil, and if you do fresh basil, add the basil in at the end when you go to shred the chicken. But being that I am not using fresh basil in this recipe, I am using just a dried herb one.
Also, another important tip, if you do use fresh herbs, make sure that you double the amount. If your recipe calls for fresh herbs and you decide to use dry, half the amount. So her 4 teaspoons would turn into 8 teaspoons of fresh basil. Or about probably a 1/2 cup.
I am going to do 4 teaspoons of it, and I'm going to go ahead and add it into the mixture.
If you are going to go ahead and use fresh basil, it would be a 1/4 cup of fresh basil, and then you would shred the chicken and then add in the fresh basil.
This definitely helps save some time in the kitchen if you need to just like hi buddy, he's eating a snack still. If you're like setting it and going and run some errands and things like that. So this definitely helps. Now we're going to go ahead and mix this all together. And it does smell really good. Hi! Are you done? I think he's almost close to being done eating his snack. My kids love this a lot. So we're gonna have it in hamburger buns and then add some cheese on top. You can do provolone cheese, Swiss cheese on top. Either one, they're both perfect. And then I'm gonna make either a salad or some French fries to go along with it. My kids love French fries. What kid doesn't? So that'll be like, you know, it makes like a meal itself. Having the Italian sandwiches with some French fries and a salad. So, okay, let's go ahead and add this in on top of our chicken. Look how tasty that looks with those tomatoes. I mean, I know it's not cooked yet, but all those flavors, I wish you could smell it. It smells so good. Now I'm just going to kind of coat the chicken in it because I just want it to cook nicely.
Then why
all those good flavors on top of the chicken.
Oh, God in heaven and hell.
All right, now that we have our ingredients in there, we're going to go ahead and put the lid on. Turn it on, and we're going to cook it on low, and we're going to cook it for 6 hours. So I will be back in 6 hours. I'll probably flip it halfway through being that I'm home, but you don't have to flip it halfway. You can literally just set it and go. But I'm going to be home and just doing some things around the house. So I can show you what it'll look like at the 3 hour mark, and we'll flip it. And then I will show you later on today how it's going to look once it's done being cooked. And I'm going to put it between the buns and all that. And so it'll be just really tasty. But I will be back and show you guys what it looks like in 3 hours. It smells amazing in the house right now. We have 3 hours and 6 minutes left on the clock. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what it looks like. But let me tell you, it smells so good in this house right now. How beautiful that looks, and it smells so good. I'm just going to go ahead and give the chicken a flip. You don't have to flip it if you're going to just set it and go. But I'm home, so it's perfectly fine to do that. Just makes cooking easy in the kitchen when you do meals that are crock-pot meals. Definitely helps save some time to get other things done that you need to get done.
I hate to say it, that chicken looks like shit.
Now that we've
it might taste delicious, but
flipped the chicken over, I'm going to go ahead and put the lid back on and let it continue cooking for the remainder of 3 hours and 4 minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and start getting a salad ready so that way it's done for tonight. I'm using the romaine that I got from Costco, and the other day I made a chicken Caesar salad, and I had some left over that I had already washed and cut up, and I like to save mine in a container and then put a paper towel on it so that way it collects all the moisture and that way the lettuce doesn't become all soggy. So I'm just using that for our salad tonight. I'm going to go ahead and add some shredded up carrots and some grape tomatoes and some cucumbers on top as well. I still have some banana peppers I need to use up from that bowl. If you saw my previous video on homemade pasta sauce with ground beef, I made a salad and I used banana peppers from this bowl, and the banana pepper was extremely spicy.
God, how is a banana pepper extremely spicy? They're like the lowest of capsaicin.
My husband and I have never had a banana pepper from our garden that hot before, from this whole season actually. And so I'm not really sure if it's hot because it was in this bowl with all the...
Okay, are her tits that big naturally, or is she pregnant?
The other hot peppers. So we will see.
Sorry, somebody had to fucking say it.
See how this turns out from our salad tonight.
Because she doesn't look fat in the face. So, like, is she pregnant with baby number God knows whatever, or did she just get her tits too enhanced?
I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the salad and the cucumbers.
That way we can have the salad later tonight and the cucumbers when we get home for a snack, because I know everyone will be really hungry when I am getting the french fries and putting the sandwiches together.
Oh, no. Damn. Looks like she's just chunky. She's got big thighs. Son of a bitch.
Together. The chicken is done being cooked in the slow cooker. It did go over into the warming time for 18 minutes and 57 seconds because we literally just got home, but it looks and smells amazing. I'm going to go ahead and start getting the french fries ready, and I'm going to go ahead and get those in the Gourmet oven. I really like having the
Oh, God. Never do french fries in the oven. They suck. Either do it in the deep fryer, preferably, or do it in the goddamn air fryer. And also, crinkle cut fries suck no matter what you do with them.
Gourmet oven for doing french fries, because this rack here that I'm using, it's nice because you don't have to flip your french fries. It literally cooks from the top and the bottom. It's perfect. I really like this one a lot. So we're just going to go ahead and get those in, and then I'll start pulling out the chicken and getting it.
Your youngest son is going to run by in his diaper, and his older brother or oldest brother is going to just waggle on in the... Okay, this bitch is pregnant. She might have some weight to lose, but her husband knocked her up.
Everything else ready. The nice thing too about when you butterfly the chicken for this recipe, you can serve the chicken just whole like this in a sandwich, or you can shred it up. I like shredding it up because it's perfect for my kids. Plus it also traps in all that good flavor when you take a bite of it in your sandwich. Look how tasty that looks. It is so perfect and delicious, and
I always just grab it with my hands and shred it up, but that's me.
it's super moist. It is just full of flavor with every bite. It is my kids' favorite. They absolutely just love it. Now we're going to go ahead and just shred it, and it shreds so nicely. After we're done shredding it all, we're going to pour in all the liquids from the slow cooker. Now, you don't have to, but I like to, because then that way you get more flavor in your sandwich.
Well, then why wouldn't you just put the fucking... Oh, fuck it. Whatever. Alright, I'm done with this, and I've gone over a little bit on the stream, so, until next time, good night, everybody!